Hello and welcome to another episode of the CEOpeek, and I'm really honored to host today Mihir Shah, the CEO of Drobo.
Well, Dave, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, so Mihir Shah, I have worked for big companies like IBM and small companies like Drobo, so I have had an interesting career journey. And Drobo is a company that's an interesting situation that was brought to me. The company's about 12 years old, and it really was brought to me more of a turnaround situation. The company had a set of customers that were extreme fans of the product and the brand, but from an operations standpoint, the company was a little bit mismanaged, and so I was really brought on to turn things around. And we've had our ups and downs, and excited to share with you the story of those ups and downs. And for those of you who don't know Drobo makes storage devices primarily for creative professionals and small business, and it's a hardware product, and we tout ourselves as the premier higher end of kind of the small business and creative storage device, and it's just a fantastic product and a fantastic team. I always know that the thing that really mattered to me was I needed to make an impact.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about compensation for me. It never has been. It was about having a strategic vision, being able to pull and turn the knobs to be able to get a result, right? In a big company, you're so siloed in a small function or a small business group, but
right.
You can't make that decision. That decision has to be approved by somebody above you, somebody above you, and somebody above you. And so by the time that decision gets made, you've lost time to market. That's what gets me excited about moving to small companies. Now, we as a team can go make a decision, and we're going to go implement it that week. So that's why I really like kind of the small to mid-sized company environment, is you have that ability to make an impact. At the end of the day, you have to make sure that the people that you bring in that are part of your team are the experts in their field, but are also flexible to be able to go and make changes. And I come from a finance background, so I think I got a little bit of the finance stuff covered. I didn't know anything about operations, quite frankly. And we hired our VP of operations, and he just knows what he's doing, right? And we bounce ideas back and off of each other, but I defer a lot of that decision making down to those experts.
Yes.
I look for people who are smart at what they do, adaptable, be able to take risk, and you kind of go through that in the interview process and assess each person.
I just want to hear if you had any book or speaker or leader that actually had an impact on you.
One is by Ben Horowitz, The Hard Thing About Hard Things. Working in a company this size, Dave, there are times where you're looking into an abyss, and you don't know if you're going to be able to come out of that abyss. And I tell this story to our employees. Look, we're going to go to the deep end. We're all going to hold hands. If we don't hold hands, we're not going to come up out of that deep end. But if we do, we will. And so I really enjoyed the story where you have these newspaper articles of, everything's great at this startup. It's a unicorn. We're making tons of money. We're doing this. And you know what? In reality, it's nothing like that, right? There are challenges that we have to face, and Ben Horowitz captures that. There's another great book by a professor at Stanford, Behnam Tabizi. It's called Rapid Transformation. Mm-hmm. I implemented a lot of those strategies while I was actually at Brocade. I ran strategy at a company called Brocade. And it's really about turning around a company and the precise recipe and the things you need to do and the people you need to get involved to go make that happen. So, love that book. And then there's the classic by Warren Bennis on becoming a leader. Has always kind of shaped, my views on what it takes to be a leader in this day and age. And there's three real things I tell people for what's worked for me. Have a servant leader mentality. You gotta ask your people what you as a leader can do to help remove obstacles or help them complete their tasks. The second thing is I like to call humble confidence. So you got to have a little bit of humility, but have a little bit of chip on your shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. You got to have, you got to believe in your product, you got to believe in your team, and you got to go out there and tout all those things. And then the third thing is transparency, right? And then we talked about this a little bit earlier. People need to know where the company is in terms of financial performance, metrics, because the last thing I want to know, if I want our team to know, is I made a decision that they didn't know was coming.
Thank you so much for your time here. I appreciate that you actually share with us this and took the time from your busy day to be with us. And for you that watching us, thank you for your time to watching another episode. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode of the CEOpeek. Thank you.